Good morning, I'm Mark Johnson, and this is another edition of Music Notes. This morning with our special guest, Jean Shackleton. Hi, Jean, and welcome.
Thank you.
We really appreciate you serving as our interim organist accompanist the last several weeks, and then you're going to be gone for a few weeks, and you'll be back, and we just deeply appreciate that. Well, tell the folks that don't know a little of your history with First Christian Church here in Midwest City.
Well, I subbed here for back in a few years ago when John Blackwell was still alive, and he was minister of music here. And when his organist had to go on a trip or something, they asked me to sub. So I got acquainted that way through John Blackwell, and then I ended up playing for his Oklahoma choral artist choir. So we had a connection there, and then for a while the other organist and I shared the responsibility. He played twice a month, I played twice a month.
So how long have you been doing church music? You've been in this a long time, right?
Yes. I was a pastor's child, so my dad pastored a small church in Colorado first, when I first remember, and I remember singing in church when I was 2, and my sister, he used us a lot in the music, wherever we lived, and so anyway, we started off, and my mother was a pianist, and so she got us starting in piano lessons when we were in our high years.
That's interesting because my background is very similar. My mother played piano, my father was a pastor, and by the time I was 2, my mother was standing me on the piano bench next to her in my little Buster Browns and my little outfit and singing soprano with her. And then later, when I could carry a tune, she started harmonizing, and we would sing duets at the altar call in this denomination way back in the day. Well, you've had so many experiences over the years of church music, you decided to write a book about that. Tell us something about your book and what's in it.
Well, the book is a biography of my husband and our lives. Whenever I went to college, he was the dean's son. His dad was also the voice teacher. And I played for his voice lessons, and I also played for my husband's juries when we went to California State Long Beach University. And we went to school with the Carpenters, by the way.
Oh my gosh!
And so Richard and I were the accompanists for the choir.
What fun! Way back in the day.
In the college days.
Do you tell about that in your book?
Yes.
Okay, folks, you're going to have to step up and buy Jean's book and read the story about how she went to school with the Carpenters. That's an awesome story. And I know in addition to your book, you have recordings as well, right? Tell us something about the CDs and recordings.
Well, the first time I did a professional recording, I was 18 and my sister was 19. We went to California. I had stayed with my aunt, who just recently passed away in Florida. Anyway, she was an opera singer, and she was a soloist in her church, and she had me come down in the summer after my junior year to work at her job in an insurance company to save money for college. And so I was in California that summer, and I got to play for her on many occasions. And through the years, she sang at camp meetings in my church, the Church of God. We had camp meetings in different states, and the big one was at Anderson, our headquarters,
Sure.
the International.
So how many CDs over the years have you put out?
I would say close to 10 or 15.
That's an amazing number. That's great. And your most recent one is titled?
Well, the most recent one, I decided to find my master's recital that I did from USC, because some people have said, do you play any classical? And I thought, I took, that was my major, was piano performance. and I did play a lot of classical, and that has helped me in doing my arrangements for church hymns.
Then let me ask the question another way. What is your best-selling CD other than your recent classical recital CD?
The ones with the hymn arrangements.
So people really like that. Okay. And we're going to put up an image, a picture of Jean's CDs as well as her book. So you'll be able to see those and get in touch with her and order either one or both or all of them, right? They can get in touch with you on Facebook, I know, and you've got an email address, and we'll make sure to get that contact information on the end of the video so everyone has that and can get in touch with you. Now you and I connected actually through teaching, because you called me to come and guest lecture in one of your OCU accompanying classes. So in addition to being an amazing church musician and recording artist, performer, you also teach. Tell us something about that as well.
Well, I began teaching at my alma mater, which is Azusa Pacific in California. And they had me teach right out after getting my master's. I taught piano and I taught counterpoint, some theory classes. And in 1991, my husband and I moved to Oklahoma City, and we were the co-chairman of Mid-America Christian University. And I taught there for 20 years. I taught piano, was head of the piano department, and then I also taught theory classes, but my favorite was I like to teach basic musicianship because I incorporated not only the terminology and theory, learning notes and rhythms, but I also used hymnology and conducting. And that's part of the grade, was they had to come in individually and direct a hymn at different rhythms. I'd have teach them 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and 6/8 time. And so I kind of used some of that in my class at OCU. The students learn to sight read choir music. There's 4 accompanying classes for piano majors there, and I teach the one on how to accompany for choirs. And that's why I had you come.
That makes sense.
Because I wanted them to hear from the director's side what they expect from an accompanist.
Well, they were a delightful class. I enjoyed interacting with them, and I look forward to being with you again this coming spring. You've already texted to me about that, and that sounds like a very exciting thing to do.